He fed the rich boss his food, but kept staring at the sexy female secretary sitting next to him. He even forgot that his boss was a paraplegic, and handed him his phone when it rang. When washing his boss's hair, he rubbed for a long time but couldn't get any lather, and accidentally spilled scalding hot water on his boss's leg. Seeing that his boss didn't react, he curiously poured the entire cup of hot water on him. What's more surprising is that this unreliable caregiver, Draze, is a recently released convict. So why did the billionaire tycoon Philip hire such a person? It turned out that on the day of hiring caregivers, all the professionals were rejected by Philip, because in his eyes, these people were just machines for taking care of disabled people. But Draze, who had come in just to sign for unemployment benefits, accidentally caught his interest, so he kept this guy who didn't treat him like a disabled person. At first, Draze just went through the motions at work, but he noticed that Philip never got angry at his lack of professionalism, instead appreciating his honesty and humor. For daily outings, Philip always insisted on using a wheelchair-accessible vehicle, but Driss did the opposite, lifting the cover of Martha's car beside him. He stepped on the gas and drove off with her, leaving the house in style. One night, Philip suddenly fell ill, and Drace took care of him for the first time, taking him to the riverbank in the early morning to breathe fresh air. The two talked deeply into the night, and Philip shared his story of becoming paralyzed from a skydiving accident and losing his wife. From then on, their relationship was no longer just employer and employee, but more like old friends who had known each other for decades. Philip had been corresponding with a pen pal. Draze encouraged him to meet his pen pal, but discovered that Philip had sent a photo from his youth, fearing the truth would scare the other person away. On the day they were supposed to meet, Philip chose to avoid it. Draze took him on an exciting journey, taking him on a private plane and experiencing the freedom and thrill of skydiving, temporarily helping him forget his pain. Later, Draze had to leave due to family issues, and Phillips once again lost hope in life. No one could replace Draze in his heart, until one day the butler asked Draze to come back and visit. Draze saw Phillips's negative and depressed state and decided to take him on an exciting adventure. They went speeding and were chased by the police. Draze had Philip pretend to be sick, and Philip cooperated by foaming at the mouth. The kind-hearted police didn't think much of it and let him go. Finally, Draze took Philip to the beach. Seeing the vast sea and sky before him, Philip's long-suppressed emotions were released, and Draze transformed from a troublemaker into a responsible person.